Hey everyone, welcome to AlexJWilson.com, and today we're with Eric Kuzian, founder and president of Kuzian Real Estate. They're doing the sales for one of the most anticipated launches in downtown Toronto. Two actually, with Minto, the Saint Development, and 123 Portland. And we have the director of design for Minto here to discuss the projects, Matt, and let's just jump right into it.
Sure.
So, personally, I bought in one of your most recent projects here in Toronto, which was Minto Westside, a huge success. I bought for $267,000 in December 2014, and I've over doubled the value of my unit. It's renting for $5.37 per square foot. I find it's one of the pillars of the area-wise in King West, one of the best buildings, and I truly think what you're going to do with the Saint is going to reflect that in the St. Lawrence market area. So can you tell me what the Saint is going to offer to make it stand out against all the other buildings in the area?
Sure. Do you want to start with that one?
Yeah, I can start with that. That's no problem. So in terms of obviously first and foremost location, right? Alex, the location is spectacular. It's in the heart of the city.
Yep.
It's located within walking distance to the financial district, the path, the subway. Of course, you're on a beautiful park, St. James Park right there. You mentioned the St. Lawrence Market or the St. Lawrence area. So in terms of a location, I don't think it gets any better. The other beauty is that the fact that you are on Church, you're actually pulled back from all the amenities that Yonge Street and the financial district offer you, but you have that neighborhood feel. The building itself, is going to be a definite desired demand for the location. It has everything in terms of top-notch amenities, 17,000 square feet and 4 dedicated floors of amenities, with 10,000 of it just being dedicated to health and wellness.
And the lobby, the striking lobby that you're going to see, like everyone's going to know what building this is because they're going to know the lobby that you're going to see off the street.
It's spectacular. Matt can tell you a little bit about how they came up with the design of the lobby, which is amazing.
Sure. The whole building design itself is inspired by Japanese modernism, certainly with a focus on health and wellness. So that starts right at the entry. There's a planter right at the entry when you come home through the lobby. We've been very meticulous in our selection of materials so that there's natural materials being used, wood, stone, salt is a unique feature in one of the amenity rooms, integration of water and landscaping. So really focusing on health and wellness. That translates up through the third and fourth floor amenities, where the bulk of the health and wellness program exists. So there's a full-service gym, spin room, yoga room, change rooms that support spa rooms, infrared sauna, rain room, 3 types of meditation rooms: a dark meditation room, a salt meditation room, a private meditation room.
For all those Bay Street workers after their hard days of work.
That's right.
And Minto truly builds buildings that have a lasting essence in the area they're in. I can think of your rental building in Yorkville. We have Yorkville Park, which is soon to be done. You have that architectural wonder on Prince Arthur. Just really standout buildings, and I feel that with the Saint, that's what you're going for. It's going to be a standout building in the area, so when people go, I want to live in the St. Lawrence Market, on the top of their list is going to be the Saint in the future-wise. And I just love the work you do with your buildings. And then the second building you guys have coming up is 123 Portland. And I've seen the designs on that. And Eric, why don't you you're King West, like you've been there since the beginning wise.
It's a title I never went for.
Yeah, King
sure,
West, King
of course.
Squared. So why don't you tell us about what makes King West such a desirable destination?
Yeah, I think what's amazing about King West and really seeing its transition over the last 10 years is seeing that it was first a fashion district. So you have these amazing kind of old manufacturing type of factories and buildings that kind of give it its character. And then you have a movement of the best restaurants and the best type of office spaces and the office tenants, and whether you have luxury that's kind of coming into the King West area as well, which is kind of your Yorkville 2.0, if you want to call it.
Well,
right?
yeah, I've had clients, the downsizing or the right sizing client that are coming from other areas, and they don't want to live in Yorkville. They want the downtown core. They want to be south of Dundas,
Right.
and they always end up congregating or wanting to find space in that King West area because that has the vibe that they want and the walkability. So the vibe and then the walkability to where their office places are in the Bay Street area and everything.
That's exactly what King West has to offer. It's that vibe. It's that ability to dine or shop or theater, and it's all within walking distance, and you're surrounded by amazing architecture. And one thing that was kind of missing from that was this kind of boutique luxury building that's going to stand the test of time. And you have that in terms of 123 Cortlandt, where it's inspired by, you know, the most beautiful buildings like you'd see in New York, London, or Paris, where, you know, from 100 years from now, Alex, it's going to look the exact same, and it's gorgeous.
And I love this. That's a great segue to Matt. And just talk, like I've seen, again, the design features wise, herringbone in the units wise. Why don't you get into some of the unique features of what you're doing with the units in the building?
Sure. So, like Eric was talking about, really leveraging some of the more traditional architectural and design aspects of these upscale properties in Europe and in New York, and then interjecting more contemporary elements like glossy cabinets in the kitchens, very sleek bathrooms, polished stones, but then layering in options for people to have crown molding, the herringbone floors like you had talked about, detailed molding on the walls that you'll see in some of the renderings, like the bedroom and the living room. These sort of spaces that were conventionally in heritage apartments abroad, we sort of brought that aesthetic and interjected the contemporary King West.
I mean, that's the beauty of like a boutique building, right? The ability to go into the details and the delicacies and really focus on providing the luxury.
And no, it's only 116 units, right?
That's all it is.
So a really intimate building for people to make their home, to feel comfortable in, not a large building where you feel you're going to get lost in. 123 Portland's going to be a very special building, and I don't even want to call it an up-and-coming area, and I would call it an up-and-coming luxury area redefining itself. And I'm very excited to see Minto making its way back in the downtown core. I'm really excited to work and personally invest in these projects coming up in this October. Thanks so much, Eric.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
Matt. Okay, we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye-bye. Good.
Good job, bud.
Hey, thanks.